Woody. You've got a little bit of overgrowth on your beak. Just going to make myself a little copper bell for this season. You can buy these cheap as chips off the internet, but I like to make my own. I have filmed making bells on a previous video, so if you want to have a look how it's done, just check that out. But I'm just going to make a quick bell now. I'm using a slightly bit thicker copper this time. It's a bit trial and error really when you're doing this. It could be a little bit too thick. As I've said in previous videos, this is my third hunting season coming up, so I'm relatively new at this. So I'm making these videos just for interest. I don't want to really be sort of teaching the right and wrong ways of things. But if you are just getting a Harris hawk, they might be sort of interesting to you, and just follow our journey. Some mistakes we make. Let's say we're into the third hunting season now. We do hunt every day, so we've got sort of the basic understanding of it all now, but I'm by no means an expert, that's for sure. But I do enjoy making my own equipment. Yes, I can go and buy jesses and anklets, but I like to make them. That's just part of who I am. What I have done a lot of in my life is hunting and shooting. Not so keen on it these days, but I have done it, so I certainly know how to look at the environment and see where the rabbits are and best places to go for. Making the clanging now. It's just a ball bearing. Just need to give it a few flat edges. So there's the bell. It's in three parts with the clangers in there. Line it up. Once it's cooled off, put the cut in there now to get the ring. Needs a good clean up, but there it is. Well, we're doing well with Woody and the molt. Just a little catch up. We molted his last tail feather about 2 weeks ago. He's molted a couple of primaries recently. I think that's about it now. We'll just wait until probably the end of August. So Bo, the German wire pointer, he's eager. He wants to get going. Got him last season, he worked about a month with the hawk. Chewy, if you watch the channel, flushes for the hawk will allow that one to come in on the catch and feed on it after I've dispatched. Quite comfortable with the hawk. And this one, well, it's a new game to him. So this molt, we've been working with this dog, getting him sort of pointing. It's all still new, but he's certainly now hunting. So we're going to take him out now and have a little bit more training with him, getting ready for the season. Occasionally he's getting on a very nice point, but he's still playing around a little bit at the moment, still very puppyish, so I'm not too worried. He's just going to develop as we go. So we'll have a little walk now, and I was going to talk about what we do and the way we hunt and about permissions. So I'm hunting with the dogs and the hawk. You can use ferrets or you can go and beat for yourself. Stay. So he's very lively at the moment because we're just going out and he's keen, so I'm going to just get him sitting there for a minute. Hey! No! You wait. As I say, what he's like now, we've just come out, will be totally different to what he's going to be like in half an hour. So we'll just burn a bit of his energy off. He's still a pup. Still a sort of a young dog that wants to run around and play, but as he matures he's going to be spot on, that dog. So if you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification to the videos that are going to come out. But we're going to film all the process of getting Woody out and getting him back flying. The last couple of 3 moults I've kept Woody manned up during the molt. I've kept going in there every single day. He's been getting on my fist, but this molt I've not done that. I've missed it a little bit, been a bit busy, and the hawk's gone totally against that, so I'm not going to force Woody to do anything he doesn't want to do. So I'm just waiting now a few more weeks. The pointer's out of sight now. I'll give him a quick peep, call him back. Just want him to keep listening. Good boy. Sit. Stay. Stay. So I get him staying as well. Have a little walk about. That's what I want him to do when the hawk's on my fist and the patterdale's in flushing. I'm sure this is not going to happen once something flushes, but you've got to start somewhere. Stay. Good boy. Heel. So if you've just got a Harris hawk and you're getting ready to fly, or any bird of prey, and you've not done it before, you need your land. So my advice is to go and see different landowners and farmers, but go there a little bit smart. Don't go there in your work gear. Be a little bit smart, be polite, and you'd be surprised what land you can get. So the land I've got now, 3-4 different farms, so masses and masses of land. But not all land is what you want. You can fly a hawk pretty much anywhere, but if you want to get your hawk entered, get him catching, which you do want to do at first, especially as soon as you start getting your hawk out, you need him catching. And once they realise that you're finding where the food is, they will be loyal to you. So then what you need to do, get your land and then start walking the land without your hawk. That's what you can do while you're waiting, and you're all counting the days down before you can get out. Get on your land and then start looking. Look what you've got, what trees you've got, where all the bushes are. So the land I'm on here, I know where everything is, but if you didn't, and this will all be down and short come a few months time. At the moment it's very heavy, and so we're in no hurry to start flying anyway. When it's like this, you might as well just wait. But what you can do is go around having a look, scanning the area looking for rabbit droppings, and if there are no rabbit droppings, then there's no point in flying that area if you're trying to get your hawk entered. So I know this area has rabbit. You can see the pointer now, he's doing his thing, so he's lovely and still, showing me something is in there. Good boy. So I'm teasing this out, that dog now, and I want him to be staying there on that point, which is good. And then the patterdale will go in. And he's also started pointing mice at the moment, so that's not what we want. But that's what I want him to do, is point. What's in there? What's in there? So walk your areas, and you can fly the hawk through here, Harris hawk especially, following on, no problem. And he'll be chasing stuff, he'll be chasing pigeons. But if you want to get that hawk entered, this area here is okay, because I know there's rabbit here. But what you're going to get is a mugging. So there's no decent flight. The hawk's going to come out of the tree, straight down, bang. But if you want to get it entered on a kill, so that hawk knows that what he's doing, then these areas are okay. But as the season moves on, you want to try and get that a bit more challenging by finding different areas. So you can have a bit of land with acres of land, literally hundreds of acres, absolutely nothing for the hawk. So what you want to do is just look around. As you can see here, there are some rabbit droppings. So I know there's rabbit round this way, and if there's a rabbit, that hawk sees it, he'll have it. But here you can see that if there's rabbit here, that rabbit's going to go across that very short path and in, and that's no flight at all. So really we want to be out in the field and find rabbit, so there is a good flight path. It's not all about the catching. It is at first, because you need to get your hawk entered. Even after the molt, I want to get him catching again, so he just realises that, oh yeah, here we go, I remember doing this. The human is my meal ticket, and then they start really working well with you and following you, and quite often they're over the top of the dogs. Quite often he's over the top of the dogs. So we got more rabbit here, so we know there's rabbit in this area. Then the next thing to think about is, as you go on through the season and you're trying to get better flights, this is full of rabbit droppings here, then move away from the tree line, start working your way into middle of fields. That's where you're going to get your long flight. But all the time you're down near the trees, you're going to get muggings, which is not great, but it does feed your hawk, and that's all he wants, to be fed. He's not bothered about a long flight. If you get a long flight, you can start to see your hawk really work, and they will pump them wings only as much as they need to. When I took Woody up to Northamptonshire, his wings were pumping like crazy. It was a totally different flight. Sometimes your hawk will just put in what it needs to. It doesn't want to burn any more energy than it needs to. We've got this little clump here, and we've got a bank there now, which is going downhill. So if the breeze was coming uphill, I'd have come in from the back, so all the scent is being pushed through that hedge, and I took the dogs around the other side rather than bring them up with the wind. But so if we had the dogs in here now, they were flushing, I'd have the hawk on my fist, standing back here, in the hope the rabbit goes downhill. He will go the most difficult route for the hawk. But if I'm standing here, if the rabbit goes that way, that's when you're going to get your long flight down. I'm just going to call my pointer back. Just keep that going. Wait! Good boy, heel. So I've got the patted dowel and the German pointer walking with me now. Sit, sit, sit. Go find him. So the land I've got, as far as you can see over there, to that mast right in the distance, all that land there, all that land there, right over, right across, all that, far as you can see that way, and about 5 miles that way, right across. So I've got absolutely loads of land, but as I say, there's not rabbit all over it. Some of it there's none, and there'd be no point, although I do fly it, there's no point in taking my hawk there on the first few hunts when it comes out of moult, because I want that hawk to catch. So I go to a place where I know he's going to have success. I need to go and have a meeting with the farmer, one of them, and he's going to show me where the rape seed oil will be planted for next season. Different place to last year, which is good. So I'll have to walk all that ground and have a look where's what. But the good thing is with that, I can use the pointer early part of the season before we have problems with avian bird flu, which we do every year. Before the band's down, I can take him out at pheasant season and work him through the rape, which is a bit different, and try and get woody hunting from the fist. I haven't seen these little moths since I was a child. We called them soldier moths, I think, but I'm not sure of their proper name. It's nice to see them again. So you can see here loads of evidence of rabbit, fairly fresh. So all this bit here will have rabbit in there. So pretty much everywhere in this area there's rabbit droppings. But as I say, we can't get a flush out of there. Dogs can go in, they just move the rabbit around, just keep going in and out different bushes. There's no point. Oi! Don't do that. Come on. Stay. Stay. The hardest part is when I'm behind this tree. Stay. Stay. Been here before, and this dog knows where there's rabbit. Come. He's trying to go. So I'm going to heel him. Heel. Heel. And all he wants to do is go, but I'll let him go when I say. So he's listening to me and not doing his own thing. So I'm going to sit him now. stay. So normally I might just stay there, leave the patadao in, but I'm going to let him flush as well. Go find him. Just because he's a puppy, and then let him have a little run about. Not sure if you can see there. Kestrel. Just waiting on. Plenty of those up here. Nice to see. So Bo's waiting for his little soak. He likes a little soak, doesn't he, mate? So this is what he's waiting for.